What did I just do? Oh. Well, I had an idea, and I probably should have thought about it longer, but we're gonna do it anyway. So when we finished up rockfish season last year in December, I noticed that I had water coming into my kayak, and I finally found where it was. It was inside of the pedal well, where the seam around there had split because of all the pressure that was going on there over time. I think it might have just been because I'm a big guy and I have a lot of power in my legs. That's what I'm claiming it to be. But I needed to get it fixed, so I fixed it, and I took it straight offshore. 6 hours on the water, 180 foot plus, and I didn't even die once. But it reminded me that I've got free will, I've got a solid set of skills, and I have a wife that supports all of my bad ideas. Well, most of them. So I started looking around, and I found these. A 13-foot Hoodoo Tempest 130T, and a Hoodoo Element 100S. So I have this crazy idea for this video series. The idea for this is that the build is going to come from you guys. I have some ideas, but I'm not locking us into anything. Right now, I'm going to focus on the Tempest. The plan is to turn this into something I can trust on the ocean. Yeah, it's a build, but it's going to be fun. There's a lot of things that we're going to figure out on the fly, like certain projects of the kayak, which I'm going to ask you guys to submit some. And then whatever's the most popular idea, we're going to see if we can actually do it. So here's the kicker. I'm not going to spend any more money on it. All of the money that we're going to do for these projects is going to come from the views and donations. Anything that comes in is going to go towards these. If you want to see me do some crazy stuff, then we're going to need a little bit of money to do so. I have the skills and experience. If you've got suggestions or things that you've tried or setups that work, drop them. Drop them in the comments. DM me, whatever it is. And let's see what this thing turns into. And the more people that engage with it, the more ideas we have. I am so excited. But for today, step one is to clean these things. They have been sitting out for a little bit. They have just some, baked on, dust and dirt and debris. They look in great condition. They're brand new. These have never touched the water. The guy these came from was such a nice guy. And because he never got to put them on the water and go fishing like he intended, we're going to invite him out. At least those are my intentions. And as long as things line up, it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna get to cleaning, and I'm gonna start going through everything and just trying to get ideas. And I'm already really excited having him put them in the yard and set up the kayak rack that the guy gave me. And interior wise, we're gonna be able to run anything we want through them. There are so many things that we could do to these. So please stick around. Let's get these views up on these, share this out. Let's see what kind of crazy stuff we can do to these things. We're gonna have to take them on the water and see how they are. I think I can already put the seat in the center, kind of how I already am envisioning it to be, which I think will be awesome. Okay, so here they are. This is the Element, this is the Tempest. This is gonna be our ocean kayak. I'm not quite sure what this is about, but we'll figure it out. But look at these plates. So many options. Here is the 10-footer, which right now is gonna be my support kayak. And the other idea is, if this build goes well, I think this will be a good platform for a freshwater fishing, lake, river, all those things fishing. So this will be my freshwater boat if this ocean boat goes well. This is totally big enough for a crate. But if you ask my buddy, a crate, too much. Too much stuff when you go fishing. But we got good handles, good solid handles, and that's holes that I think I might be able to use for other things. We've got a drain plug in the back that I might be able to turn that into the steering. So excited, so sick. Rod holders, scupper holes. The only damage was this. The guy said that he thinks that rats or squirrels got in there, did some funky stuff, but it is awesome. These are so great. I'm gonna put you on my neck, and I'm gonna start getting to scrubbing.
There was probably a better way to say that because that sounded weird. Let's talk about all the things we're going to do. So I want to put the seat in the center of this thing, and one of the front parts of the seat kind of sits right next to that line. So I'm going to have to kind of square it off so I can get the seat to sit about a couple inches further back than I want to. And I am going to still trying to figure out a way to put a rudder in the back of that, but I think there's enough space there to do it, so I don't think there'd be much of a problem there. If you plan on donating or anything like that, I plan to put your name on this boat. And I'll carve it in. I might even just make a sticker. I will make sure your name gets on here. I think I'll be able to hot air weld it onto the boat. The big thing I want to do to this thing is cut a hole in the center of the kayak to fit pedals. The plan is to have fin drive in this boat And if we ever get to it, maybe I'll have that same slot for a motor. Like I said, there's a lot of things to do to this. I'm ready to just get crazy and try a bunch of weird different things.